Approval setup in Zoho People. Approval configuration is a very crucial process for any organization because whenever an employee is submitting a leave request or an attendance regularization request, a permission request, instead of system automatically accepting it, you would want a particular person to review the information and then approve or reject it. So let's understand how to set up the approval flow. We'll take an example of leave application to understand the approval configuration. In order to do that, we'll navigate to Settings and then click on the Leave Tracker module. We have the Approval section. So go to Approvals, click on Add Approval. So here the first step is you need to select the form name because Leave module has different forms, that is Leave Request Form, Compensatory Request Form and a Leave Grant. So you're going to select for which particular form you're going to set this approval. So let's go with Leave and let's give a name. You can write a description if you want, and after setting up the basic details, we have the criteria. So now we are defining approval flow for the leave. So for the leave form, if you have different approval flows based on a condition, that is, for the leave type called maternity leave, you have an approval flow where the reporting manager will approve it. However, for all the other leave types, that is, except for maternity leave, for all the other leave types, you want the reporting manager to approve it. So here, we have two different approval flow. So one for maternity leave and one for other leave types. So in this case, you can use the criteria. So when you're using a criteria, you will have to set up the other approval flow. So for each of the criteria, you are going to define a new approval flow. So you can click on Set Criteria. So you can use all the fields available in the leave form to set up a criteria. For example, the leave type, or you can go with the option Cumulative Fields. So if you want to set up a criteria like leave balance before submitting the request. So if leave balance before submitting the request is equal to 1, you have a different approval flow. And if the leave balance before submitting this request is greater than 1, you have a different approval process. So cumulative fields will give you all set of criteria based on leave balance of an employee. Or the next option is system fields. So you can have different approval flows based on departments, location, or other organization structure entities. So you can say for for India, you have a single level of approval flow. But when it comes to UK, you have a different approval flow. So set a criteria if needed. If the approval flow is going to be common for all of your users, you can skip this part. And then comes the third section, which is setting up the approval. So here we have three different options: auto approve, auto reject, or configure approval. So when you go with the option auto approve, whenever a leave request is submitted, system will automatically approve it. Same way, if you go with auto reject, all the leave applications will be automatically rejected as soon as the employee submits them. The third option is you are going to define approver in the system. So you click on configure approver. The first option is called reporting to. That is, you want the reporting manager to review and then approve or reject the request. So when you're defining reporting manager, you can either have a single level hierarchy or you can go up to 10 levels, which is nothing but, for example, if you go with 2 levels. So as soon as a leave request is submitted, first the reporting manager will have the option to approve or reject it. Once approved by the immediate reporting manager, it will go to the manager's manager. So in this way, you can have up to 10 levels in hierarchy. The other options are department head of the record owner. That is, if an employee is submitting a leave request, the approval will get triggered to the concerned department head. So if I belong to HR department and if I am submitting a leave request, it will go to the department head of HR department. And the next option is approver based on role. So if you click on this drop down, all the generic roles, that is a general role that you have created for your organization, will be listed here. So if I go with the option admin, it means that all users who are mapped to the admin role will have the option to approve or reject it, and anyone can do it. So for example, you have 5 admins in your organization. So when a leave request is submitted, all 5 admins will be notified and any one of the admin can approve or reject it. It is not mandatory for all of them to do it. And then we have department head. So when you go with this option department head, you are specifically mentioning a department head over here. So for example, you are selecting human resource, which means that whenever an employee is submitting a leave application, it will be automatically sent to the department head of human resource. So you are mentioning a particular department over here. So irrespective of which department the employee belongs to, all the leave requests will be forwarded to human resource department. And in the same way, we have department members. So again, under department members, if you can select any department, let's go with human resource. So all users who are mapped to human resource department will be notified, and any one of this department member can approve or reject the request. And next we have employee, where you can select a particular employee to be the approver. And then we have project. So if an employee is mapped to 2 different projects, and each of the project will have a project manager. So depending upon the number of projects the employee is mapped to, all the project managers will be notified, and any one of these managers can approve or reject the request. And then we have a group. So all the groups created in the system will be listed here. You can select a particular group. If you go with payroll, then this approval request will be sent to everyone who are mapped to payroll group, and anyone can take action on it. And form field. So all the lookup fields available in this particular form will be listed here. So you can take any one of the lookup field, which means that the value updated in this user lookup, and that person will be considered as an approver. The last option we have is called allow employees to choose the approver, which means that when an employee is submitting a leave request, they will have an option to choose who will be approving their leave request. So these are the different options you have. You can also build multiple layers of approval. That is, you can set the first level to be the immediate reporting manager. You can add one more level where you can ask the department head to approve it. So this is a 2-level approval flow. First level with the manager and second level with the department head. So once approval configuration is done, the next option is to enable follow-up. So you want to remind the approvers on a daily basis. That is, you can set a repeated reminders, or you can set up a one-time reminder. So when you go with repeated reminders, you can set the frequency. So is it going to be daily basis, or 2 days once, or 3 days once, until the request is either approved or rejected. And this is the email notification that the approver will get. If you wish to change this email notification, you can click on edit email template and you can do it. So once all the 4 steps are done, you can click on add. So now we have configured an approval flow for leave request. The next step is going through the approval settings. So you'll have to first select the form name here. Only then you'll be able to identify the approval settings, because if you go with all, you don't get approval settings. Approval settings are specific to a form. So you'll have to first select a form name, and then you get the option called approval setting. Click on approval settings. So the first one is generic preferences. So the first option among approval preferences is a record owner can view approval details and comments. So whenever approver is going to approve or reject the request, they will have an option to mention remarks. So do you want the requester to view this approver remarks? If yes, you can enable this option. When you enable this option, you are given with 2 more options below, which is when the immediate approver has approved or when the final approver has approved, which is nothing but if you have an approval flow with more than 1 level. So in our case, we created an approval flow where first level is manager, second level is department head. So in this scenario, do you want the requester to be notified on email when the first level approver approves it, or only when the final level is completed? So that is about when the intermediate approver is approved or when the final approver has approved. And next we have few options. The first one is approval request can be forwarded from one individual to another. So if this option is enabled, the current approver will have an option to forward this request to another user so that another employee can review and approve or reject this request. And the next option is about if the approvers are same. So we have an approval flow with reporting manager and department head. What if for one particular employee, reporting manager is a department head, which means both these levels have same approval. In this case, what should happen? The first option is each level, which is it will follow the level sequentially. So first, reporting manager will approve it, and again, reporting manager will approve the same request as a department head. And then we have the option final level only, which means system will automatically skip to the final level. So the approval will be done only once. Or you can go with the option first level only. So it will go to approval to the manager. Once manager approves it, the approval process will stop there. And the next two options are about making comments as mandatory whenever approver is trying to approve or reject the request, because providing comments is a non-mandatory option unless or until you enable it from here. And the next two settings are related to, the first option is when given criteria is not met, specify an alternate approval process. So for leave form, you have two different approval flow based on location. That is, you have first defined an approval flow stating if location is India, this is the approval flow. There is another approval stating that if location is Austin, this is the approval flow. There is another location in organization, that is Seattle, for example, but you have not configured an approval flow for Seattle. In this situation, what happens? So one employee from Seattle is applying for leave, but for this location, there is no approval process configured, which means there is a criteria mismatch. In this scenario, who should be considered as an approver? So that is what you're adding here. When given criteria is not met, specify an alternate approval process. So you have all the options from which you can choose. The next one is about when the employee has no approver. So my first level approver is my reporting manager. But what if reporting manager is not assigned to the employee in the employee master form? So in absence of an approver, who should be approving or rejecting the request? So that is what you define here. When an employee has no approver assigned, specify an alternate approver. The last option we have here is called approval cancellation. So employees will have an option to cancel the request they have submitted. So when they cancel a request, do you want system to trigger an approval flow? If yes, first enable this option. So now you will have to decide who should be considered as an approver whenever an employee cancels a request. The first option is previous approver. So if you have two levels of approval flow, so the last person will obviously be considered as a previous approver. Or you can say reporting to, or you can assign it to the administrator. So the next option is about initiate cancellation approval even when admin cancels a request. So ideally what happens is, when an admin cancels a leave request, it will not follow an approval process. But you can enable this option, which means that even if an admin is cancelling a leave request, it will still follow an approval flow. So these are all the generic preferences that we have. The next one is TAT preferences or turnaround time preferences. So an employee submitting a leave request, the leave request is being sent to the reporting manager and it's the manager's responsibility to approve or reject it. What if the concerned approver is not approving the request like for more than 4 or 5 days? You want the system to take an action. So that is what you can do under TAT preferences. So the turnaround time for each approver to approve a request is 2 days, which means the time given to each approver is only 2 days. So within this 2 days, they will have to either approve or reject the request. So you can also send up a reminder. So let's say 6 hours before the end time. So 2 days is a timeline provided to them. So 6 hours before this end time, the approver is notified with a reminder email. So even after this reminder, if there is no action taken by the approver, what should the system do? Here there are two different things. That is, if you have more than one level of approval, you can go with this first option when approval duration exceeds TAT in the intermediate levels. So here I have 3 levels of approval flow. For example, reporting manager, department head and the HR. So first level, it goes to reporting manager. Manager is not approving within 2 days. So what happens after 2 days? That is what you are defining here. You can go with move to next approver, that is Without manager's approval, it will go to department head. So that is what it means, no to next approval. Or you can say it should be auto rejected, which means first level will be automatically rejected, which means that the application is entirely rejected. Or you can say instead of moving to the next approver, you can assign it to a specific employee. So instead of manager, this employee will be considered as an approver. So it will be assigned to Thomas. Thomas has to approve it and then it will move to department. So the next option is when approval duration exceeds that in the final level. So in the same way, it is moved to the final level. So in the final level, if the final approver is not approving within 2 days, what should happen? So system can auto approve it, auto reject it, or the application will remain in pending status. So you will use this option intermediate levels only if your approval flow has more than one level. What if your approval flow is a single level approval flow? That is only reporting manager. In that case, you don't need to set up anything under intermediate levels. You can directly do your setup for final level because you have only one level of approval flow. So which means that manager is given 2 days to take action on it. If not, system will automatically follow whatever options that we provide here. So this is what is referred to as TAT preferences. So once this is done, you can click on save. So you will be following the same steps to configure approval for all the other requests, like your compensatory off, or when you go to the attendance module, you can do it for on-duty permissions, in the same for timesheet approvals, or even for a custom form that you're creating. So you can create a custom form and you can configure an approval flow for that. So this is about approval configuration in Zoho Peak.